Hello everyone, Gabby here, welcome back. So today I'm going to be making a four ingredient banana muffin recipe. I just happened to come across this this morning, and I thought, well, if it's really that easy and they're taste good, they're edible, I would love that. Four ingredients, that's it. So, and I'm also going to be using this little muffin top pan that I just recently picked up at the thrift store for like 50 cents. I hope that works. It looks like it would. Let me show it to you. Yeah, I'm just going to brush the inside of this with some butter. I melted some butter to do that with. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out. This is how ripe my bananas are, just to give you an idea. They're not super overly ripe, but I don't really like them that way myself. And you're supposed to use 4 bananas, and I only have 2.5. So anyways, it says you can't mess up the recipe, so let's try it. Maybe I will mess it up, I don't know. But you know, I always find if you make some cream cheese icing or some icing to drizzle over it, powdered sugar icing, everything's edible. Can't mess it up. All right, so first we're supposed to, and don't forget, we have our little handy dandy. If you saw my other videos, you know this is an ice bucket that I picked up from the thrift store for $3, and I use it for my little collection of debris as I'm cooking or cleaning stuff for to make dinner or something like that. It's great. Just put a bag in it. You have your own little trash can on top of the counter. So we're going to mash these up. Let me get my little masher here. It's just roughly mashed, I guess. Let me see where you can see that at. Okay, there you go. You know, I was just watching some of my favorite YouTube channels a while ago, and I just saw such a tragedy. I mean, I really never thought about this, but have you guys ever had heard of this situation where people who have pets, especially elderly people, have tripped over their pet in their home? You know, maybe they get up at night, you know, to go to the bathroom or something, and they trip over their pet and they fall and get hurt very badly. I guess I never thought about that before, but I guess it is kind of a big issue for the elderly, especially, you know, at nighttime or something. Or I don't know, I remember whenever I used to carry my grandson around, you know, when you have a child on your hip like that, you have this blind spot. And I had nearly tripped and fell over things, like maybe just walking along with him downtown, and I didn't see a curb or some elevation in the roadway or something. So yeah, that can be dangerous. I mean, I guess carrying a pet as well. All right, so I guess that's a good enough consistency for the mashing. And the second ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar packed in. So put that in. And 2 eggs at room temperature. I don't know, I left them out for about 45 minutes. I don't know how long is enough time for room temperature, but they don't feel that cold anymore. I'm going to put those in a separate bowl. Let me flip you guys downward so you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm just going to crack these into a bowl. Oh yeah, you can really tell their room temperature. I've never done that before. Okay. And then that way I can mix them up a little before I put them into the rest of the other stuff here. Now, the other thing that you're supposed to use is the self-rising flour. I don't have any self-rising. I only have all-purpose. But it said not to worry. You can just add a tablespoon of salt, or you can add a teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have 2 extra ingredients, but normally you wouldn't have that if you had your actual self-rising flour. So we're going to mix this stuff up first. I don't know how many this makes. I really didn't catch that on the recipe. So that'll be a surprise for all of us. Anyways, okay. Now tomorrow we're supposed to leave to go down to the lake. I haven't been down to my daughter's place where they got their camper this year. I haven't been down there yet, but I've seen lots of pictures. And my grandson, he's just been begging, you know, for Grammy to come down and see it. So just me, her, and my grandson are going down tomorrow just for an overnight trip. And don't you know, it's going to rain. It's going to rain both days. It's supposed to rain here on the East Coast like the rest of the week. So I'm kind of disappointed, but apparently this place does have an indoor pool, and if there's thrift stores nearby, I'll be perfectly happy. All right, so now here's your 2 cups of flour. Here's my teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I have this little gizmo here. I guess this might work to just stir the flour around a little bit, I hope. Alright. It didn't say you had to sift it together or anything, but I did figure that I would at least mix it up a little. Okay, and then you're just supposed to slowly add the dry... Whoopsie, we're going to have to get something else for that now. Hold on, we're going to have to get another spoon for that. Oh. I have a spoon right here. I feel like I should just add it into the bigger bowl, but I guess that wouldn't be... Well, I do make a mess. I guess I'm no Martha Stewart right here, but that's okay. As long as it tastes good. I hope they taste good enough to, yeah, I'm not really liking the way that's going. So I think I'm going to put the rest of this back in here, or most of it. And then, well, you know, I'm definitely trying this for the first time. That's okay. I'm hoping that they taste good enough to take with us on to the lake. Like I said, I always find that if you make a little powdered sugar drizzle icing to go over it, you can almost make it through anything. So I don't know if I should use the mixer or not. Maybe that would be better. It said you don't want to over stir it, so let's try the rest of it, and I'll just see if I get it mixed up good enough with the spoon. Yeah, this doesn't look like it makes a big, huge amount to me, so yeah. You know, my hands are pretty messed up from all those years of having an Etsy shop when I used to do all that sewing, until Etsy just got weird. I don't know what happened to Etsy, but they definitely are not what they used to be. Okay, so now we have our little pan here. I put the oven on 400. I hope that's not going to be too hot for these little tiny things, but that's what they said to bake it on. And of course, sometimes you do need to, like your biscuits, you know, you got to bake your biscuits pretty fast on a higher heat. So we'll try this and see how it goes. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have used these little muffin top pans before. This is my first time trying that too. idea how much to put in here. So, I mean, I don't think you can really mess it up. If it cooks up a little bit bigger, I guess that's okay. I'm just trying to cover the bottom. It almost looks like a little cookie, like you would bake a little cookie in it, but there we go. You know, guys, I don't know how many of you might have seen a few of my other videos, but lately I've really been trying to get out just to stave off loneliness and being in a small town. I've been getting out and just in the evenings go for a little walk around the shopping center, go for a little drive. And I have to say, it's kind of helped me rediscover my little town, you know, like just getting out and walking around. So I highly recommend, if you're kind of in a small town and you're feeling a little bit lonely, get out and go get ice cream at the local ice cream place. Go take a little walk around the near a park, or you know, something like that, just to kind of help you to rediscover your town. I think I'm way overfilling these, but you know what? There's not really enough to make another pan of these, so I'm just trying to use up the batter. Oh, I hope that's okay. We're about to find out. So I'm just going to put this on for like maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and see how they look at that point. Alrighty. I love trying new stuff. Alright, so I'll be back when they're baked. See you in a minute. Okay, here we are. They just came out of the oven. It was on 10 minutes. So, can you see that? They're kind of brown around the edges. And I did the toothpick test, and they came out clean. So, I'm just going to let them cool for like 5 or 6 minutes, and then we'll come back and see if they come out. I hope the butter worked. Plus, I thought the butter would kind of add like a nice little taste to it. So, and then we'll give them a taste and see how they turned out. They smell good. It smells good. I mean, I guess you can never go wrong with banana. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, guys, it's been about 7 minutes, so let's see if they come out. Hopefully they do. I think they turned out good in these little pans. Alright, we got one. How are they going to stick, or are they going to just need a little bit of nudging here? Oh, okay. Okay, they're coming out. There we go. We just need a little bit of nudging, that's all. Not bad. Oh, okay, so let's see what the bottoms look like. Alright. Are they going to be too hot to pick up? By the way, guys, I love these little things. I saw some yesterday when we were at Home Goods. They have them in like the fall colors and stuff. These are so nice for baking because you don't need those big, huge things on, like if you were taking a turkey out of the oven or something where you might burn your upper arm, your lower arm here. But these are great for baking. I highly recommend them. So, let's see, that's what it looks like. You know, I didn't want to add anything since we were supposed to be sticking to the 4 ingredient rule, but you could put some like raw sugar on the top of these, sprinkle some nuts. They'd be really good if you made like a brown sugar and butter crumble to put on top of them. So there's a whole bunch of ways that we could go with this. I'm going to taste them. plain first, and then after I taste them, I might consider the icing. I've got it here at the ready. Okay. Let's try the one that's the smallest. This one came out pretty easy. So, here we go for the taste test. That's what they look like inside. It looks cakey considering this is just a muffin top. I mean, that looks pretty cakey. Okay. So I'm just going to try a little sliver. Smells good. The taste is really good. They're very dense. They're very dense. Like, although banana bread usually is really dense and rich together. I remember, you know, that's always the way it turns out. So maybe this is correct. It's really good. It has a great taste, but it is very dense. And it definitely does not need the icing. So I used the dark brown sugar. I'm just trying to let you know what I use specifically. These are very good. I guess what I'm thinking of is like I like the consistency of scones, whatever you prefer. And this is definitely more like the banana bread that Mom used to make, that kind of thing, which it's delicious. It's just for me, I kind of tend to like the more cakey scone type texture. So I would definitely make these again. The recipe, you can change it to your liking. I'm going to try it with pumpkin. I'm going to try it with apples. If I do the apple, I would definitely put the little the crumble on the top. So, yeah, I would definitely make these again. They're delicious. My grandson's going to love them. My daughter's going to love them. But I would definitely use the little muffin top pan again. That turned out wonderful. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and trying this new recipe. And I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you will be too. Bye.